little spirit post-practice, one-on-one action you guys had going on there.
Yeah, we're here every day. You guys aren't. So, we have practice days, get a one-on-one game every once in a while. It's always good.
How important is that? I mean, in kind of the behind-the-scenes things that kind of helps you guys prepare and just stay sharp and crisp?
It goes part of the commitment of trying to be great. So every day, just challenging the people that are here in the facility and just going after one another is great for the spirit.
The defensive presence of the team. I know you went through that stretch, scoring 120 points, etc. Why do you guys talk about defense? Where's it at?
In terms of what?
Oh, in terms of how you guys are executing defensively recently.
What about it? Specifically, though, because we're second in our streak.
Right.
So,
do you think it's at a high level, or are you satisfied, or?
Well, yeah, I think it's resulted in for mostly wins as of late. So I think that in terms of the little things that we can clean up, rebounding, being in the right spot, I think those are the little things that we can get better at, just to limit teams from getting easy points. I've spoken about it the last few times, but just teams just getting leak outs and transition, back cuts, and just easy plays. We can stop most of their plays, half-court plays. Everyone has a great feel of what system teams are running. So for us, we have a very, very versatile team. So a lot of switching, a lot of kind of systematic stuff that we have to limit teams from getting in the paint. And when we do that, then we're pretty successful.
You guys are playing every other day for the next 36 days. Just how do you approach that from a physical standpoint, and making sure you're prepared enough? And
do everything you can.
Yeah.
Do everything you can. You want to prepare yourself the best way you know how, and that includes doing extra stuff if need be. But it's more or less about maintenance and survival at this point. So there's a lot of games in a short amount of time. Glad that most of our games are home. So it's great to recover here, but it's just survival. That's all it is.
When you talk about maintenance, Kyrie, how much more important does that become as you become a more seasoned player?
It's vital. My off days, even if I don't come in the gym, they're dedicated to about 5 or 6 hours a day of just strictly recovery work and doing everything I can. So I have a great team around me, as well as the training staff here. So anything that I can do to get that edge, to make sure that I'm fresh, thinking about the things I do now compared to even a year ago, is my off days are no longer off days. They're just really dedicated to making sure that I'm committed. It's an everyday job. Being a leader, being a great professional, working at your craft, it's an everyday job, and it's well worth it. So, all I think back in the back of my head is, when I'm out there on the game, I don't want to be the guy that people are looking at if you run down 6 or 7 times that he gets tired. That 6 or 7 time, most guys are, they don't want to get back on defense. They don't want to set that screen. They don't want to do the little things again. And for me, I just try to put that in the back of my mind when I'm working out. Like, this is what I'm pushing for when I'm in the game, and obviously, working towards the end of the season.
For a guy like Alex dealing with a knee issue right now, how important is it for him to take it slow?
It's very important. It's difficult to go through an injury in season. I don't think that gets enough attention of how hard it is for us as players to deal with injuries in a season. You have specific roles that you want to play, that the team has for you. You're playing well, or your team could be playing bad, your team misses you or something like that, and it puts a mental strain on you, and because you obviously want to come back and be the player and play the game that you love to do. So it's a test, but he's a veteran, he's been through it. We just want him to take his time. That's the only thing I could really preach is patience. So it's only December. It's about to be January. So
it is December, but a game like Saturday, his presence, kind of enabled you to get over that.
Against
Saturday,
Detroit?
Yeah.
I think him and Rob Williams, probably, going against bigs that, roll to the rim and are around that area of where we kind of need a rim presence. So, and then also having that veteran leadership of knowing when to pop and knowing when to do little things out there. So we got a lot of young guys on our team figuring out the game of basketball at a very high level. So reading and react is definitely something that we work on every single day, and then try to echo that in the game.
Kyrie, back to the one-on-one. What does it do for you going up against a guy like Marcus, even Terry in practice?
It's great. It's great. It keeps my spirits high because now I know that when I leave my house in the morning, I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. I'm tussling, with Terry, tussling with Marcus, going against JT with some length. And for me, I've seen so many different bodies on defense. Guys that are bigger, guys that are faster, anything like that. So I try to utilize these guys of going against them, using their energy, and then it's pretty seamless going into the game tomorrow.
Kyrie, the whole Steph Curry thing with not believing that there was a man on the move in '69. He was challenged. NASA has decided to reach out to him. Is that when you guys are saying things, athletes saying things about life and thinking that's outside of basketball, is that insulting when people challenge that or believe that you guys are just jocks? Or how do you, because you obviously went through the same thing and you're a thinker, you consider yourself a thinker, and when outside people don't consider you guys thinkers, is that insulting? How do you take that?
Sorry.
Oh, I hate that it has to be a subject of something like that where, we've been taught in science, within our classroom, certain things, and then you get older and you start coming into things that you have questions about. And it's natural to do that as an adult, as a kid, or anything like that. And, sometimes I feel like, even myself, you can speak ahead of yourself whether or not you believe it or not. And, you end up getting caught because now you're on this false platform of a thing where, you're not even a human being anymore. You're now extrapolated for all the information that you know and think, and now you have to fit a mold of something that you're clearly not. You're more than just a basketball player that puts in the hoop, and then they, subject you to being just that. And it's a little unfair at times. Obviously, we're not as educated as in terms of schooling, in terms of knowledge of going to schools to these universities. Everyone, 4-year degree in marketing or business or history or anything like that. So I think probably that misjudgment is, it's warranted. It's natural. Everyone feels like they have a place in this world to kind of question anything or question somebody. So, look at what social media has done nowadays. Anybody can say anything on Twitter, but one thing, someone says with a check next to their name, it's the biggest thing going. So nothing's really original. It's just history repeating itself all over again. We've had people in history say some things that they've believed and they've stuck with their whole entire lives, whether they be prominent individuals in society or not. So, I try to not pay attention to that mold at all. I try not to pay attention to whether it's insulting or not. I don't live my life based on biases or judgments, nor do I base it on thinking or judging someone else for what they believe in as well. So, it's society though. It's where we live in America, where people say shit all the time about one another, and it's mean, bad, kids see it, everyone gets a piece of it, and then it's the next story, next thing that's coming out of someone's mouth, and there's world hunger going on, there are political things going on, there are so many higher things in the totem pole of society that matter to human beings. But hey, Steph Curry says that he doesn't believe in the moon. It's the thing all over. It's on CNN, and they say we're just jocks, we're just athletes, but it's on your channel. So, you know what I mean? We're that, but you don't want us to be that. So, and whoever you is, then I don't know what that mold you want me to fit.
I believe that since you guys, a lot of players forego college, obviously because of the money, that people think that you don't want to be educated or don't want to seek knowledge? No,
I think it's basically what the NBA has been in professional sports. It's been a hub. It's been generated by media, it's been generated by athletes, it's been generated by the fans. We're all in collaboration with one another, trying to grow a business. We're all trying to put money in our pockets. We're all trying to make sure that we all look great in what we're writing and what we're doing, making sure we're doing the best we can. I support that aspect of it. Anything that comes with it in terms of everyone's emotions and dealing with human being stuff every single day and then coming to work and doing those things, I'm supportive for that as well, as long as it doesn't spill in to disrespecting anyone else. People are blatantly disrespectful now, to people's faces. And it's ridiculous, to treat another human being like that. So, and people do it behind the screen, people do it on their phones every single day, and I think that it's something to learn as a human being to how to treat and respect other people. So, whether or not he believes it or not, NASA, anything conspiracy, anything history, anything like that, I come here to talk to you guys about basketball. If you ask me questions about things that matter about life, then I'll gladly answer those as well. But I'm fully supportive for just loving human beings. That's it. So pretty simple.
Would you like to have a private life away from basketball? You're
I
never
do.
bothered.
It exists.
Mm-hmm.
It exists.
How do you manage it in a market like this?
What do you mean?
This is such an intense market for sports. You walk down the street, someone knows you.
It's easy. It's easy. You know, you just be normal. You know, just go eat, go do normal things. I mean, but I think for me, I've dedicated myself to an even higher level than I had before in my career of what I'm trying to accomplish with my teammates and the organization. So anything that goes outside of that, I don't want to deal with. So my free activities are really dedicated to watching film, making sure I'm doing everything I can to prepare my body and my mind, making sure anything I can do to gain more knowledge on how to be a better leader, better man. Yeah, just go about my day, trying to grow and learn while I'm in this business.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kyrie.